Today we're going to read The Sloths Get a Pet by Marybeth Boltz. Once there was a family of sloths. Papa Sloth worked as a bed tester. Mama Sloth worked as a model in a pajama store. Stanley and Stella Sloth were in the second grade. They liked quiet reading time, rest time, and science film time. One day, Stella came home with a library book. It was all about pets. "Let's get a pet," Stella said. Mama and Papa yawned and stretched. "Yes, let's get a pet," they said. On Saturday, the sloths woke up early. The pet store was 1 block away. The sloths took the bus, but they slept through their stop. They woke up many hours later. "Ah, here's our stop," said Papa. The pet store was almost ready to close. The sloth family shuffled past the turtles. "Too slow," Papa said. They crawled past the fish tanks. "Too boring," Mama said. Then Stella called from over in the corner. "Here is the perfect pet." In the cage was a sleeping puppy. The pet store owner began turning off the lights. "We'll take him," Mama said. The next day was Sunday. The sloths rested. The puppy rested too. "He is perfect," Stella said. "He is the best," Stanley said. "What shall we name him?" asked Mama. Papa sighed. "Too much thinking. He can be a puppy for now." The puppy care chores seemed simple. Papa cut a hole in the door. Now Puppy could go out and in any time he wanted. Mama ordered 300 pounds of puppy food. Stanley filled up the wading pool. Puppy had plenty of water to drink. Stella tied strings to all of Puppy's toys. She could throw them and pull them back. As Puppy grew, he started to do many new things. One of those things was called chewing. "My blanket," Stella cried. "My pillow," Mama cried. "My eye shade," Papa cried. "My sleepy songs tape," Stanley cried. "Bad dog," cried the sloths. Puppy also did something called running around. Puppy ran around the sofa, behind the chair, down the hall, under the table, and in and out of the puppy door all day and night. "You know," Papa said, "the turtles were sort of cute." "Those fish sure were fun to watch too," Mama said. Each day the sloth family went to work and school. Then they came home to Puppy and his messes. One day they come home and there was just a mess, but no Puppy. They called for him. "Puppy! Oh, mess maker! Oh, ankle biter! Oh, piddle puddler!" They laughed. Then they listened. Then they looked. Puppy was gone. Outside, the rain began. Thunder boomed. Lightning flashed. The sloth family put on their raincoats and boots. They grabbed their flashlight. They went out into the storm to find Puppy. They sloshed through the alley. They splashed through the street. They slimed through the mud. Puppy was nowhere to be found. The tired and hungry sloths went back home. The next day, the sloths went to school and work as usual. They all had a terrible day. Papa tossed and turned on the beds. Mama could not stand still. Stanley and Stella could not rest at rest time. That night, the sloths climbed into their giant hammock. Puppy was the cutest puppy ever, Stella said. He didn't chew everything, Stanley said. Papa began to sniffle. Mama heard Papa sniffle and she began to whimper. Stella and Stanley began to cry. The whole sloth family was sobbing. Oh, puppy, where are you? Then they heard a sound. Was it tiny toenails clicking on the porch? A tiny brown and white face peeked through the hole in the door. Puppy, they shouted, you came back. Puppy danced, jumped, and wagged his tail. In his mouth he had a page from Stella's pet book. Papa read the page out loud. Caring for your puppy. Walk your puppy every day. Play with your puppy so he does not become lonely. Treat your puppy as a member of the family. Stanley shook his head. We did not do these things. The sloths felt bad. They made a promise to take good care of Puppy. I think Puppy needs a real name, said Stella. Spot? Asked Mama. Puppy has no spots, said Stella. Fuzzy? Asked Papa. Puppy is not fuzzy, said Stanley. How about Spunky? Said Stella. Perfect. They all agreed. The sloths decided to take Spunky on his first walk around the block. They got back home as the sun came up. Home at last, said Stanley. With our whole family, said all the sloths. Woof, said Spunky. The end.